But we begin here at 6 o'clock with news making headlines around the state and, for that matter, the world. Diplomacy, the economy, and trade will be front and center this week right here in California as leaders from around the globe take part in the annual APEC Summit in San Francisco. 17's Capital correspondent Eitan Wallace gives you a look at who's expected to attend and why key meetings at the summit are expected to make international news.
President Joe Biden, Chinese President Xi Jinping, and Governor Gavin Newsom. Those are just some of the big names expected to attend the APEC Summit this week, a summit the world certainly is watching. San Francisco. All this week, the city is on the world stage, hosting one of the largest global economic and diplomatic summits of its kind. Leaders from more than 20 Asia-Pacific nations and more than 20,000 people are set to come here, all for the Asian-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum, or APEC. Later this week, on the sidelines of the summit, President Joe Biden is expected to hold a face-to-face meeting with President of China, Xi Jinping, their first in-person meeting since last November.
The relationship between the United States and the People's Republic of China is one of the most important relationships of our time.
U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen sharing that message during her opening remarks at APEC. In addition to the Biden-Xi meeting, Yellen already met with China's vice premier at the summit, all part of diplomacy she argues is necessary.
There is no substitute for in-person diplomacy. During our discussions, we agreed that in-depth and frank discussions matter, particularly when we disagree.
Still, the summit has not come without its critics, including these protesters who argue APEC 2023 will not focus enough on alleged human rights abuses orchestrated by governments overseas, including China. All of it coming just weeks after Governor Gavin Newsom visited China on a trip heavily focused on climate action. And back here at home, last week he addressed critics who argued his administration rushed to tidy up parts of San Francisco just before key dignitaries arrive.
Folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true, because it's true. But it's also true for months and months and months, we've raised the bar of expectation that we all have to do more and do better.
During a one-on-one interview with Inside California Politics co-host Nikki Lorenzo, Lieutenant Governor Eleni Kounalakis argued President Biden's decision to host the summit in San Francisco will greatly benefit the region.
It's only every decade or so that the president hosts one of these summits. And so for him to choose California and San Francisco when many other parts of the country were vying for it, it's a really, really big deal.
Presidents Biden and Xi are set to meet on Wednesday, and Governor Newsom is set to speak at the conference that same day. At the state capitol, Eitan Wallace, 17 News.